Welcome back everybody to session 3. We're going to wrap up the movement called wheel arms that we started in the previous 2 sessions. So first off, just make sure your upper body is warmed up. Make sure you have a full range of motion with your shoulders, all your joints. And then we'll just continue where we left off. In the previous session, we, with both hands, went over 2 directions that you can take with the swinging of the arm. So you can start with your left hand out, if we're doing a mirror image. You can either do a downward circle, where you're going to go in front, behind, or you can do an upward circle. Again, in front, behind, behind. You can do that with both hands, swinging down and swinging up. So now that you have that comfortable, you can coordinate it together into a single movement where one hand is going to be swinging down while the other hand is swinging up. And the waist is going to be what's going to coordinate that into one movement together. So while one hand is going up, one hand is going down, and the waist is kind of like the control center that keeps everything spinning together. We'll start off slowly, one movement at a time, but just keep in mind from the beginning you can think of it as having both hands out and almost like there's an invisible stick between the fingertips. So when one hand moves, one goes up, the other goes down, and they're always opposite each other like this. I'll start facing away. You can begin the movement either direction. We're going to start with the right hand going up, the left hand going down, and you're going to turn the waist to the right. It can go either way, but for now we'll start that way. Hands out, and like before, the palm should be fingers very tense and straight, thumb pulled back, but shoulders as loose and relaxed as you can have them. Hands out, you're going to start with the right hand up, and the left hand is going to fall at the same time. And as you do that, you're going to turn your waist to the right. And just let the hands carry. Let their own momentum continue. Once the hands start moving, they don't stop moving. You just keep them going until you're back here to the home position. That was one rotation. And now you can keep going with the right hand up and the left hand down. But this time, turn your waist to the left. So again, the hands don't stop moving from the time you start the movement. They just keep spinning until you're coming back here and you're back at home. That's 2 whole cycles. You're going to go again, the right hand up, left hand down, and turn to the right. Let your arms swing. As one is lifting up, this left hand, the right hand is falling down the same rate until you're back around at the home position. And then again, the right hand's going to continue. It's not going to stop. Keep going up with the right hand, but turning the waist to the left now. Keep spinning until you're back at home. So when you do the movement, doing it slow is very important because it forces you to pay attention to the muscles in your shoulder. If you're at all tight, at all tense, then you're going to barely be able to keep this up before you start getting cramps in your arms, things like that. So as you're going really slowly, try and pay attention, make sure you can have these muscles as loose and open as possible. It should only be the hand that's tensed. And then you're going to just spin around like this. I'll face forward doing the same thing. So we had the right hand up. Looking at it as a mirror image, going to look like this. The right hand goes up, the left hand falls down. Now you're going to turn your waist to the right. And just let the hands swing all the way around. Don't stop until you come back home. And then keep the right hand going up. But this time, turn your waist to the left. So the hands never stop. It's just the waist that turns. If you want to go faster, I'm going to move a little bit faster. You focus on turning the hips more. Come back around until you're facing at home again. Keep the right hand up. This time, turn left with the waist. This way. I'll face away again. We'll go a little bit faster. Starting with the hands out. Palms tight and shoulders relaxed. The right hand's going to go up and you're going to look to the right when you do that. So right hand up, look right. Let the hands spin around until you're back here at home, but don't stop. Let the right hand keep going up and now turn to the left. So one circle, you turn to the right with your waist. Let the hands come back home, making a full circle. The next circle, turn to the left with the waist. And then come back home. One circle, turn to the right, come back home. One circle to the left, come back home. Going a little bit faster. Just turn left with your waist, come back home. If you ever get lost, just come back to here. And then turning right, lifting up the right hand, come back home. Turn left, Lift up the right hand, come home, turn right. Facing you so you can see that. This way, come back home, then turn this way. Come back home. With the mirror image, you're turning to the right, coming back home, turning to the left. Alright? When you do this movement, you're going to start very slow like that, and just remember your hands are always moving opposite. Like there are two hands on a clock that moves always with the hands one apart from the other. And in the beginning, you kind of think about where the hands are. You know, one moves a little bit, the other moves exactly opposite that. Once you get to a certain point though, you want to stop thinking about it. Don't even worry where the hands are, and just let the movement happen naturally. So when you turn your waist, it naturally is going to carry one hand up, naturally carry the other hand down. So rather than thinking one hand goes here, one hand goes here, like that, just have the waist direct the movement. You turn and the hands turn. I turn this way and the hands turn. And then the feeling is like riding a bike where you're pushing one foot and then the other foot to keep the cycle going. So this is the same feeling. I push one side with the hip here and then the other side. Every circle there's a like a propulsion from the waist. You're going to push this way. So facing away, we'll try the other direction. We started here by going right hand up, left hand down, turning to the right. Now we're going to do it the other way. It's the same thing. Start here. This time, left hand is going to go up, right hand is going to go down, and you're going to look to the left when you do that. Same as before, once the hands start moving, they just continue moving. Just let the momentum carry them all the way around. Keep turning until you're back at the home position here. And then again, the left hand's going up right now, the right hand's going down. You're going to look to the right this time. Turn your waist to the right. And just continue the circle. So never changing direction of the hands. The left is still going up, and you're going to turn to the left on your first circle until you complete that circle and you're back home. Now you're going to turn to the right for the next circle. Come back home, turn to the left. Come back home, turn to the right. Come back home, left. Come back home, right. Turning left, turning right. So when you want to speed it up, you don't really think about the hands. You just let them go, let the shoulders relax. And to get faster, you just dig into the ground. Turn left, turn right. If you practiced the previous session movement, then the hands know where to go. When you turn this way, one hand knows to move like that. The other hand knows to move like that. So in the beginning, it might be a lot of thinking. You want to get to the point where there's no thinking, and you just move everything from the waist. We'll do that one more time. Over here, the left hand goes up. You're going to look to the left. And then the left hand goes up on the next one. You look to the right. And I'll do just the mirror image of that so you can see. The left hand is here. It's going to turn to the left. Turn to the right. A little faster now. Turn to the left. Come back home. Turn to the right. Come back home. Turn. Come back home. Turn. So the feeling of the movement, like I say, you start very slow with it so you can know exactly where the hands go. You can focus on the muscles, making sure the shoulders are loose and open while the hands are strong, because that way you can actually make it into an applicable movement. You can either be hitting with your palm, with your fist, anything, and turn this into a real movement. But at first you're going to go slow with it. When you speed up, it's going to come from not tensing up the arms, but pushing from the waist. When you speed up, it's going to be turn this way, but work your way up to that. Otherwise, you're going to, get in your own way. So we'll come back to this movement later on, and we'll string it together with other combinations. From there, you can spin around, hit the ground, do anything like that. You can add some kicks to it here, spin. We'll do that later on, put it into a series of movements. But for now, just get comfortable with it. Get comfortable with turning the waist and having the hands follow. And then to speed it up, you don't tense up the arms, you just push from the waist. When you want to go a little faster, you get down low, look this way, and then look this way, facing away. When you want to go fast, you're just going to swing your waist, and the waist carries the arms. And the arms should always know where to go because they're always connected to the waist, to the hip. Whatever your hip does, it's directing both arms at the same time. That's how you coordinate the two hands together into one movement. So I hope that's helpful. This is my first time ever teaching digitally like this, so I'm not sure. Normally I have someone right in front of me. I can work off the reaction and the feedback that way. But hopefully this is helpful. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments. You can also share some footage of your practice or any questions you have there. You can send stories, Instagram stories, anything like that. And I'd love to help out in that way. But hopefully it's been helpful, and continue to practice. And let me know what other sorts of movements you'd like to see in the next few sessions. Take care.